So I have this thing I'm gonna read, and I'd like for this to be like an intro. I got ChatGPT to write it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on the cinematic journey, let us ponder the profound allure of entertainment. Like a mesmerizing tapestry woven from the fabric of human imagination, movies unfurl before us, inviting us into realms both familiar and fantastical. With each flicker of light upon the silver screen, we are transported beyond the confines of mundane existence into worlds where the boundaries of reality blur and the extraordinary becomes tangible. It is within these fleeting moments of suspension, where time holds its breath and our souls dance with anticipation, that we find solace in the arms of storytelling. For in the embrace of film, we discover not only the echoes of our own humanity, but also the boundless potential of the human spirit. So let us embrace this fleeting yet profound communion within the imagination, for in the magic of cinema lies the eternal quest for meaning, connection, and the relentless pursuit of wonder.
Dang.
Wow. Go and introduce everybody. We got,
Oh yeah.
familiar faces again. We got Kai, we got Christian, we got Dallas, and of course we have me. And obviously, today is a movie kind of themed episode of the podcast, and I just want to go ahead and thank the audio listeners. If you're listening on Spotify and if you're listening on YouTube, thank you also. You should go check us out on Spotify, and if you're checking us out on Spotify, you should go check us out on YouTube. Okay, if you haven't already done so, because we got some cool stuff on there. But first, I just kind of want to ask, like, how important has movies been to you guys? I think for one person in particular, I know this is like already more important than the rest of us.
Yeah.
So Dallas, why don't you take the lead on?
Yeah. Well, the best way I can put it is, to me, movies are a way to essentially see the world through the eyes of somebody else. Because I think I can't really think of a way to word it. It's just
I love how you're just going. I don't
What's
know.
funny though? You know what's so annoying? I've in my head, I've been in my room and I've like envisioned myself being asked this question, and every single time I come up with like the most like essay-esque, like genius, like
Yeah,
possible answer.
yeah.
But whenever I'm asked on the spot, I'm like, well, you see.
That's like envisioning
Wow.
yourself like running for president and like your presidential speech. Like you always ever do that?
Yeah, yeah.
I do that at least twice a day, where I'll just like imagine myself giving some like grand speech. You know, not that I'd ever do it.
Yeah, what movies mean to me, I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping. So
Yep.
Man, same.
movies have always been a way, essentially, for that I have seen to view the world, or a depiction of the world, through somebody else's eyes. For example, you take, like, this is the easiest example I can think of: Lord of the Rings. Obviously, we don't live in Middle Earth, but Middle Earth is a projection of how Tolkien saw the world, and all of the different, I guess you'd call, they're not allegories, but what's the word? I can't think of the word. Like what the, like, representations of like what the ring means and everything.
Oh,
Um,
okay, yeah.
so that's been my thing, but also I don't. There's just kind of been like a connection ever since I was little to visual storytelling.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think for me, it's like movies are like movies, good movies, like genuinely like make you feel something. Like I haven't really cried at a movie in a hot second, but I decided I was going to sit by myself and watch Forrest Gump again. And
Oh
like the whole
yeah.
time I'm like, it's sad, it's sad, right? I'm a dude, I'm not gonna cry. And you get to the end of the movie, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually the saddest movie I've like ever seen. What the
Oh, it
heck?
hurts. For some reason I thought you were gonna say you cried at Cars.
Okay, we're just not even gonna bring that one up because
Did you
that's
not?
different.
Did you
That's
cry at
different.
Cars?
At some point, yes, of course. Who wouldn't?
Dang.
I
I
mean,
don't.
especially Cars 3, like that opening scene of him just like crashing.
Didn't Cars 3 come out in 2017?
That was okay.
Um.
That was 6 years ago.
Oh wow, that is so long ago.
I know.
Legitimately, I thought Cars 3 came out in like 2020.
Same.
Gosh, should I get us into our first topic?
Yeah.
Should I get us right on? Let's get this train going. Okay, so obviously, entertainment is fun. We like entertainment. Movies are like art, but there's one driving factor that is sometimes equates its quality. Sometimes, maybe for the good and for the worse. And that, of course, is money. Money has been a key factor in making films, and if that film, its relevancy. Especially just depending on how much money you spend on advertising, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I'm going to have you guys make a guess at the highest grossing films of all time. And Dallas, you know these, just don't answer.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay quiet. Yeah, I know,
Okay.
I know the top 10 for the non-PG 13, for the PG 13 and below, and the top 10 for R.
Okay,
Dang.
so I have them all
I have no
together.
idea.
So
Actually, some of them I actually know the exact number that they grossed.
okay, wow, yeah. So you just sit tight there, Dallas.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait.
Well, we have so I think I'll just go ahead and prep Christian and Kai here. These are when you look through this list, if you're a movie fan, you like these movies, I imagine there'll be movies on here that you're oh, it'll 100% be top 10. I can guarantee it probably won't.
Well, I
And
can
it's-
guarantee number one is very obviously Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, so close.
Oh,
Man,
no,
I can just
I know it's numero. They made
if I look at it from 4 miles away, I might be able to see it. So we always have I'm just gonna get you guys' guess for the top 4. So
Okay.
what you think, Christian? What's your top 4?
I don't know. It's gotta be there's gotta be one just really bad movie on there that every white mom owns. So I'm gonna
Right?
say I don't know, the Notebook.
Okay. All right. What's your other guesses here, Christian?
I'm gonna say Avengers. What was the big one that everyone cried over?
I was gonna say
Endgame?
that.
Yeah, Endgame.
That is number 2 on the list. At least this is what Wikipedia says. $2.7 billion in 2019.
Oh my
Really? I thought it was high. I thought it was 2.8 mil.
It's 2.79.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
so it's basically 2.8.
Yeah, it's 2.797. So it's
still an absurd amount.
yeah, you realize how much money that is? $3 billion, basically.
You could buy
What's
all
even
of
crazy?
Equitable.
It became the second highest grossing movie within the first year of it being out,
Oh my gosh,
which is
that's crazy.
absolutely
That is
absurd.
crazy.
That is really, really crazy. What about you, Kai? You got any guesses for the top 4?
Yeah, I think I might have some guesses. So I think number 1 is Avatar.
Correct. Avatar is number 1 with 2.92 billion, basically 3 billion. Yeah, in 2009. That's one that I always think about because it's when you think of it, I thought Avatar was a good movie, visually, and the story was good, but it's not anything crazy,
No, yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Are we talking about the first Avatar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We're talking about the movie, by the way. I had somebody. I told them I was Avatar is one of the highest grossing films, and they're like, "What do you mean Avatar is one of the highest grossing films?" They were talking about Avatar,
The Last
the Last Airbender movie. And I was like, "Of course that's not the."
Dude, you mean the
How is it-
2015 one?
Yeah, I was of course that's not even on the list, dude.
Selling.
I was like, there is no. Why would you think that?
That's hilarious.
All right, with the third and the fourth, I feel like are not too unguessable. So do you guys have any guesses?
Toy
Um,
Story 2.
No, that is a solid guess.
Wait, what did you say? Toy
Toy
Story 2?
Story 2.
That's actually a good guess, though.
That is a really good guess. Yeah.
Because it would have made a lot more than the first.
Yeah.
So Christian said Avengers Endgame, but is Avengers Infinity War on there?
That is sixth on the list with only
Oh,
2
dang it.
billion. So
Man,
seven,
I'm not
eight
actually
hundred
sure.
million less.
Dang.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah, I thought
And-
that I could have sworn it made 2.5.
Has Barbie made it to the top 10 yet?
No, it hasn't.
No, it's coming up there.
It's made 1.6 billion as of right now. It's
Okay.
by far the highest grossing, which is weird because initially Mario was the highest grossing movie of
That year.
2023, but then Barbie came out and it absolutely decimated everything in its path at the box office.
Well, they needed to.
Barbenheimer.
Hollywood has needed some good films, and Barbie, I believe, has lived up to the expectations. It's
was
already a
actually good,
classic.
though. I actually liked it.
It makes Oppenheimer look like a joke.
Barbie, to the guys holding out to see Barbie because of some reason, I think you should watch it because I thought it was a good movie.
I
went.
like it.
I took to my girlfriend to go see it, and obviously I was like, maybe this is more her thing or whatever. I liked it. I would watch it again. I would watch it
Same.
again with a guy.
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't
we should
even-
all, dude. Spectrum goes to see Barbie.
Yes, we should
Bro.
have a movie night for I actually had an idea at some point. I want to record a podcast in the Pizza Hut near me. And that's gonna be weird, but we might try it.
That would be so funny.
Like we're just mic'd up and we're just like in Pizza Hut.
We need to follow it up with like a 3 a.m. Waffle House video.
That would be-
Yes! Oh my
that'd be
gosh, yeah.
sick.
There's just
they
2
could-
crackheads fighting there.
It gets like our whole order and everything. Yeah.
But like in regards to Bart, I actually have the 4K Blu-ray of it.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Investing,
Huh.
I see.
No,
It's
yeah,
like stocks,
Well, what was annoying though is I got it and I found out that my player doesn't play in 4K, so I had to do
Oh.
this whole downloading thing, and so I downloaded it onto this app on my TV. So that was unfortunate,
Oh.
but I still got
Oh,
to
wow.
watch it.
Does it still look as good, or is it like?
No, it was downgrade. It was
Dude.
I'm not a super technical guy, so I don't know what resolution it was. I'm pretty sure it was 720p, but it
what?
wasn't 4K.
Serious? That's terrible.
No, yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but dude. But that just says the Barbie movie was kind of. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't amazing, but it was kind of a banger though.
It was really, really solid. If you want, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys the top 4 and then the following after that. So number 1 was Avatar. Number 2 was Avengers Endgame. Number 3 was Avatar: The Way of Water, which
There's no
What?
way.
There's
Hold on.
no
Did
way.
it actually?
Huh?
this might not be 100% updated, but 2.3 billion. Yeah,
Wow.
that's what it says on Wikipedia.
That's-
Wait, didn't it?
Which is
didn't
100%
it,
accurate.
just come out too? Didn't
Yeah.
it come out?
Yeah,
last
2022.
I
year?
was gonna say that.
It came out last year, or 2 years ago. Guy, I can't.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Why does
not
everybody love
2023.
the Avatar movies?
It's not that they
I haven't
love them,
seen
but
I
do
don't
you
think
remember
anyone
seeing all the
actually
ads for them?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
who
that's true.
saw? Did everybody see that? Did everybody see that movie?
Avatar- I've not seen
I haven't
Avatar.
seen neither of them.
If you Avatar: The Way of Water was the most it didn't look like CGI. It just looked real. The only thing telling you it wasn't real was the fact that these people are impossible to actually exist.
Right.
Well, I don't
So
know. I'm living under my bed.
you know what? You might be right there. You might be onto something.
I live under your bed.
Little sea monkeys.
I got a
What-
couple blue people that live, under my bed and in the walls.
In the walls.
Burn,
I think Kai actually lives under Christian's bed too.
Why would you leak that?
Well,
That's where he got his lemon supply.
Kai's the only one that didn't choose to live under my bed.
You know if there's any sequel, is anybody a hater on the sequel trilogy of Star Wars?
I'm
Like,
not exactly like.
I don't really like any of the Star Wars movies that much.
wow.
See, this is why Kai lives under my bed.
Yeah, if this video gets like really popular, you're going to get flamed, Kai.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Eh.
you have just like took a shot at like the largest movie fan base, maybe besides Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
I would say the Star Wars movie. My opinion on it is the originals are obviously the best. The sequel,
course.
the prequels suck, and the sequels suck. Except the sequels are actually coherent because it's like the prequels are more fun because they're just stupid. The sequels are actually like, at the very least, the script has an end goal, but the issue is the end goal was from two different people. So it was
Yeah.
like it was doomed
Yeah.
from the start. But both the prequels and the sequels suck. The originals beat them both out by a mile.
You know, I low key agree, Dallas, but we're both in the same boat as Kai. We're gonna get absolutely just thrown under a
Oh no,
bus.
yeah.
And
Dude, there are some prequel defenders. There are people that
My brother's
genuinely
one of
believe.
them.
Really?
Bruh.
Yeah, I mean, when I was telling him this list, he like almost had like a stroke when I told him. Just so you guys know, The Force Awakens is 5th on this list of highest grossing films of all time. And
Wait,
I'm a little dumb and can't remember the Star Wars order. Which one is that one?
That's 7.
yeah.
yeah, it's after Return of the Jedi, if you know which one that is. Have you seen Star Wars, Christian?
I have, but I mean, I know like which one. I know the prequels. I know the originals and all that, but I can't ever remember the titles of like which is which.
I'll say this, Christian.
Yeah.
It was Force Awakens is the one that I remember after I saw it, and I told you that I saw it. You said you were like highly against it because, spoiler alert, by the way, it's the one where Han Solo dies, and you had like a stroke over
Oh,
it.
come on. You just ruined the whole movie.
Bro, everyone's seen that movie.
I mean, like people were gonna like anybody was actually gonna watch the sequel trilogy and be satisfied by it. Like that's
Listeners,
not
I
like.
am so
I remember
sorry
seeing
for
the
this
movie now
tragedy that Dallas has caused.
because Dallas, if you remember, shortly afterwards, I think Morgan took me, my sister,
Yeah.
and I remember complaining to you about it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Christian has a sister? That's
I
weird.
have 6 sisters.
You have 6? You
Wait,
joking?
I didn't
Oh
even
my
know that.
gosh.
That's not even counting the brothers he has.
Oh well, I
Wait,
only
how many
have
siblings do you
3.
have?
I have 8 altogether.
Oh
Nah, that
my
is
goodness.
crazy.
Was
6
it
sisters,
like,
2 brothers.
wait, are they all older than you or younger? Are you in the middle?
I'm kind of in the middle, but lean towards the younger side
Okay.
Oh
because
wow.
I have, let me think, 8 of no, not I'm sorry, 5 out of 8 of my sisters are older than me. No, wait, no, I haven't messed up. Sorry.
So these are your siblings, dude.
I
Come
know.
on.
I got a lot, so it always messes me up. Let me think. Morgan, Audrina, Angelino, Faith, Bree, blah 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 blah. I think 7. No, I have 6. Okay, I'll let Dallas figure it out. My brain's melted right now.
Wait,
But I
Dallas
have
is figuring this out
3 that
for
are
you?
younger. I
No,
have
yeah.
3 that are younger than me, and the rest are older.
And are they the sisters or the brothers that are younger than you?
I have 2 younger brothers, 1 younger sister.
See, you know what's so funny about that? I feel like what happened is your parents were like, oh, we really want a baby boy. And then we're like, 1, okay, let's try it again. 2, let's try again. 3, try again. 4, all right. This is getting ridiculous. 5, let's try again. And then they had you. And then they were like,
Or
oh, I
gets
guess that's,
wonky in that they're not
I guess you were
all
5. And then you were like, and they were like, oh, we'll try again, get another one since we have so many girls. And they got another girl. Or I don't know if I have that order right, but
Because yeah, it was. Wait, hold
well,
on. Now
what's
I gotta
funny
do
is
math in my
that
head.
all my siblings were not all like full-blooded siblings. So, like,
oh,
Well,
for
okay,
instance,
yeah,
some of them are half blood, but yeah.
yeah. So, for
yeah.
instance, my biological dad, he had 3 daughters, and then he had me. My mom, she had, my oldest sister, or one of my oldest sisters, then had me, had my little brother, had a sister. I mean, had one of my sisters. And then I have 3 step siblings. So,
Wow, man.
Bro.
That's a lot of presents.
You just leaked all your information.
Yeah, you can tell us more of your information if you'd like, Christian. We're keeping us all documented.
It gives me a headache trying to remember it all. So
It's like a really, really it's like an algebra problem almost.
it gets really messed up when I try to explain like my dad's side of the family because it's like, oh yeah, I got this cousin, a second cousin, and then I have a grandpa that happens to be a third cousin or something like that. I got like
Oh,
I
3
forgot about your
billion
grandpa
different.
cousin.
Oh yeah, I got a grandpa
grandpa
cousin.
cousin. Oh, what the heck?
It's
That's
like
weird.
Uncle Grandpa, but somehow
Cousin grandpa.
yeah.
That's
So
funny.
to put it in the
Cousin
simplest
grandpa.
terms,
Cousin grandpa sounds like he would be very southern, like redneck, like cousin
what
grandpa.
what's funny is that he's from Delaware.
Oh, never.
Nobody's from Delaware. Wait, you never said he was from
That's true.
Delaware.
That is true.
Yeah, he was. I think he lived in Delaware till he was like 16, and that's when he came to Savannah, if I remember
Dude,
right. Something
I've
like that.
never, ever. I've heard of people from Actually, no, that's not true. I've never heard of anybody from Montana. There are 2 states I've never heard of anybody being from. No, 3. That is Delaware, Montana, and New Hampshire. Nobody is from Delaware.
You know Gabe? Uh, you know who Gabe is, Dallas?
Yeah. Is he from New
He's from
Hampshire?
Delaware.
He's from Delaware?
Yeah.
Delaware's real. It just
The
has like 3 people that live there.
yeah, they just like that. It's Gabe, your cousin grandpa, and then like one other person that I think that's Joe Biden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's it.
forgot he was from Delaware.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, he is? I didn't even know that.
Joe Biden,
Good
yeah,
knowledge.
I'm like pretty positive that he is. If I
Yeah,
have that
yes,
wrong,
he's
it's
from
gonna be embarrassing.
Delaware.
Should
But
I go ahead and tell you guys the rest of this list?
I was gonna explain my cousin grandpa.
Oh, go ahead and explain your cousin grandpa. My bad.
So I'll try to be quick with it so we can go back to the movies. But
Yeah, hurry up. Oh my goodness. I'm kidding.
to simplify it, long story short, my biological grandmother on my mom's side had, a husband. He got sick, passed away. She got lonely and decided to marry her late husband's nephew.
Oh, okay.
So, this happened to be like a second cousin or something of mine. I don't know the exact relation, but he for a while was my cousin grandpa.
Wow. Cousin grandpa. Cousin
He
grandpa.
wasn't blood to me, wasn't, blood related to me, but yeah.
Step cousin grandpa. Does that work?
Yeah.
Wait, is that would that even wait, would the step even be necessary? I don't know
Um
how family name terminology works.
I guess it'd be a cousin step grandpa because he isn't my actual grandpa. He just
So
happens to be with
so
my
the
grandma.
cousin isn't the step, it's the grandpa part.
Yeah, I think so.
So weird. Let's just not get into that.
Just get
That's
back to
we're
the
opening a whole can of beans by doing that. Or a can of worms. Is it a can of worms or is it a can of beans?
It could be either or, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
at this point it has both.
I don't
A can of worms
Any
and
can
beans.
of beans is just like it's a can of beans. But then a can of worms is like a can of worms. So with like worms are going everywhere. So can of beans is just a can of beans.
What?
What do you mean the worms are going? Can the worms fly?
The worms can like squirm. I mean, it's not like
Yeah,
they're
but
all
they're not gonna
dead.
go everywhere though. They're just gonna be vibrating in the cup.
Vibrating?
What?
What do you
What?
mean? Why would
Is
they
that
be
not what they do?
vibrating?
They just sit there, just
They wiggle. They don't
Yeah.
vibrate. They're just
Bro.
like the
All
rumble pack on the
seizures.
back of my Xbox 360 remote, just freaking shaking.
That's how they came up with the rumble feature. Actually, they just shoved a bunch of worms in the controller.
They just
Yeah, they're
saw a
just
bunch of epileptic worms and were like, "Oh yeah, this is fire,
oh
dude."
yeah, oh yeah. This definitely simulates gunshots. Oh my god. Let me get through
Wow.
this list, and then we'll get to our next part if you guys want.
Yeah.
So it's a short. I'm only gonna go to like 10, but I think some of these are kind of interesting. We got Infinity War at 6, obviously. Spider-Man: No Way Home, which in one way is
Oh, wow.
surprising. It it's surprising, but it's also like you also remember the hype because you had Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. Holy
Yeah.
crap,
Yeah, true.
my cat
No
just came
Way
up here at the
Home.
wrong time. But
No Way Home
yeah,
sounds like a movie about an orphan.
you know what the worst part of this list is though?
What?
Number 9 is The Lion King,
Oh,
not
the
the
2019
original.
one?
Yeah, the 2019 one
Oh,
is
that one's
No
number
way.
oh,
9.
that's terrible.
That was like one of
Right?
the worst movies I've watched.
I know, and it is so sad because you like Timon and is it Simone?
Timon and Simba.
Timon? No, Timon and
Oh, no, Timon
Pumbaa.
and Pumbaa. Yeah,
Why
yeah.
is that struggling so much to get that? But they were like so quality in the first one, like in the original, and then the
They were
remake, they're
so
garbage.
they're
I
bad.
Absolute
know, right?
garbage. It's like the same with Sebastian and Little Mermaid. Like he was also terrible, in my opinion.
Wait, there's no way that's on the list.
No,
Let's
it's
say,
not. It's not. I promise it is not. That would actually make me cry.
but like the biggest issue with the Lion King is it's like any personality it once had in the from the original was is gone, completely
Yeah,
gone. It's like
Yeah.
like they legitimately all the animals just look like animals. It's just a
I
lion.
know, right?
They
So
could have
stupid.
at least given it like a more cartoony design, but no,
Yeah.
because we're
Yeah.
living in the age of doing things the easy way. Now, if it was
Yeah.
Christopher, now I would have liked to see if Christopher Nolan had made The Lion King, he would have actually gotten lions to like he would have taught them how to speak because he would have refused to do the thing
Yeah,
anything
of
with
course.
CGI.
It's the dedication to the art of film. Okay.
Exactly.
We need that kind of Christopher Nolan mindset of let's train lions to speak.
And like actually get them to act out this movie.
Yeah, literally. Sing the songs and everything. I want to
Got
see a
I
lion singing Kuna Matata. That is what I want to see.
I just imagine Nolan just with his IMAX camera, just like, okay, now zoom in on the line, like just like it's glorious.
Yes, Kuna Matata means no worries. Yes. Delightful.
They didn't have that in the movie, did they?
In
Kuna
the
Matata?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they did.
Did they? I
the
feel
real
like they
life
had
one.
to have.
I thought they had it in the new one.
I
Did
don't think
they?
they did actually.
Are you sure?
Wait, really?
That
I
would be
feel
Wait,
like they
crazy if
didn't.
they didn't.
wait, hold on. It's been I haven't seen it since it came out and it was like super forgettable. Let me check. Hold on.
It was very forgettable. It felt like you were just rewatching the movie just with terrible actors
Yeah.
and the and it was just different animation.
Okay, yeah, they do have it.
Oh, for some reason I thought they didn't, but anyways.
I mean, I guess that says how memorable that movie is.
I have an idea for a movie for Spectrum to make.
Okay.
Make?
no.
Okay.
It's going to be the Florida Man version of Lion King.
Like
What?
Gator King?
Oh,
Like
there's gonna
Tiger
be
King?
listen, there's gonna be alligators, possums, manatees, meth heads, and those
Meth heads?
monkeys on that one island in Florida that all have syphilis.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, and the pythons.
Oh, can you imagine if we made a full-length film? Could we do that? That would actually be cool.
Well, that's what
Absolutely.
I
But it'd
mean,
be called Florida King or something
Yeah, I
like that.
doubt Dallas actually wants to spend his time, his
no, actually, no, the
oh, okay.
goal was actually to turn Spectrum into like a production company. To
Ooh.
like actually like so like at the beginning of even years later, like just even if like we're still just making a podcast and YouTube videos, if I release like my first feature film, it'll still probably in the beginning say like Spectrum Studios or something like that.
Wow.
that's
That
cool.
would be awesome. That would be so
Yeah.
cool, actually.
Uh,
I'm down for the idea of a movie, Christian. That sounds
yeah.
like a fantastic movie.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make Florida King.
We would have to include the that one article. Did you guys ever read that article about the dude in Florida who was running an illegal python smuggling ring behind a Waffle House?
Oh gosh, no.
Oh.
But I've probably heard something like
Wait.
that about Florida.
I knew a guy that had a bunch of pet pythons in his backyard down in
Aw.
Savannah.
What?
Almost Florida, man. Almost.
Dude, everyone in Savannah has family in Charleston and Jacksonville. Everyone in Jacksonville has family in Charleston, Savannah, and so forth. So they're all basically Florida guys.
Yeah.
Basically, just an inbred Florida man.
Basically.
I have our next kind of topic of discussion, more of
Yeah.
a game for us.
Yeah.
So now, big thing with movies is there's been a lot of different movies over the year, but a lot of the times when you're explaining movies to somebody, it can be kind of hard, right? And so that's led us to some very vague movie descriptions that just might, if you know what you're talking about, you might know what they're talking about. If you know movies. But we're gonna
Ooh.
test some vague movie descriptions to see if you guys can get them right. So I'm
Okay,
gonna.
this is gonna be awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
And these are like mainly kind of funny ones, I guess. So,
It's gonna be stuff like 12 Years a Slave.
how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna say it, and then you guys are each gonna like lock in a guess. So it's not like Jeopardy style where you're like hit the buzzer. It's just say if you think you know what it is, say this is
Okay.
what I think it is, and then we'll go around and then I'll tell you guys what it actually is.
Okay.
And like it's up to you whether you want to help everybody or whatever. Like it's all up to you. Like you always just have to get it right.
Okay.
All right, so here's our first one. And these are short. Like these are real short. Man gets steroids and a frisbee to fight off Nazis.
Huh?
Wait, what?
A man
on.
gets steroids and a frisbee to fight off Nazis.
Okay, question. Are these all like blockbusters?
Yes.
They're all
They're all films you should know or have seen at some point.
Okay. Okay. Wait,
Literally, what?
you said
Like this
man
would be
gets frisbee.
a
and
man
what?
gets a man gets steroids and a frisbee to fight off Nazis.
I know what it is. Okay,
That isn't. Nah.
I know what it is.
Yo guys, had Christian, Kyle, you have any idea?
No.
I'm going with Inglourious Bastards just because that's the main big movie I can think of where they fight Nazis.
That was my initial guess. I was going to say Inglourious Bastards, but they didn't have a frisbee in that one. I think I know what it is.
Okay. Kai, do you have a guess?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Honestly.
Dallas, do you have a guess?
Okay, it's gonna be Captain America, the first one.
It is Captain America.
Oh
the
my
First
gosh.
Avenger.
Are you serious? That is.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That you're like, oh, it didn't have a frisbee.
They did. There wasn't a. Didn't
Bro,
have
that's
a.
not a frisbee. That's a
I just
shield.
imagine the whole time you were like, what movie has a frisbee and Nazis?
Yeah, if you
Oh
were.
man.
I would have immediately guessed
I'm
it.
just saying, Brad Pitt's character in Inglourious Bastards did not have a frisbee, so it couldn't. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
He had something to scalp people. Well, I mean, that's basically a frisbee.
He did have something. He did. He wasn't.
I
he did
thought
have
that
a
was.
scout.
That's not even the best one. That's like my least favorite on this list, I think.
Oh, wow.
So, next
This
one.
is-
Next one's a very popular film.
Okay.
Drug addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades.
Is it that movie about that girl that gets in that car crash?
Oh, I know what it is.
Wow, Dallas. Dallas knows movies.
Dude, what is that
You're
description?
stupid.
Yeah. What?
Drug addicted girl takes advantage of mentally challenged boy for 3 decades.
Yeah, I know what it is, but oh
Huh?
my wow, that is a.
Wait, is it
that
like-
a description and a half?
Bro.
Do you guys want some hints?
Yeah.
I'll say, yeah.
So this is like this is one of those movies where it is, when it's filmed, it's taking place in a later time than when it was filmed. So this is like a about the past kind of movie, and this is not a true story, but it's based on a book, if I'm correct.
Forrest Gump?
Bro.
Do you guys?
I don't know.
That was my
It is
guess.
Forrest Gump. It
Yeah.
is Forrest Gump.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I've
When you
never-
really think about, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's, oh yeah, no, I guess that's right. You know, it's like if you've seen the movie, it's like,
technically true.
wow, like why did he stay with Jenny?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
she did end up spoilers to anybody who haven't seen Forrest Gump. She did end up dying, so it's like I guess what goes around comes around. But like, still.
Why would you
Wow, that
say
was just a
that?
spoiler.
Dude, oh my
I
gosh.
mean, like anybody watching, like, I mean, if anybody here, if you haven't seen Forrest Gump, it came out friggin' like almost 40 years ago. So
Well, I haven't seen it, so you just spoiled the whole movie for me.
I'm sorry, guys. Now
I
that you know
didn't tell
Han
you
Solo dies in Force
everything.
Awakens and that Jenny dies in Forrest Gump, your heart's broken. And he's broken
And,
it for you. Movie didn't even
and
have
I
to do
don't
it.
like the
You know,
prequels.
I heard that Forrest Gump helped Lee Harvey Oswald kill Kennedy.
What?
That's
Wait, hold on.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, no,
Forrest
in the movie there's a hint to that. Yeah.
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 Oh,
I actually remember seeing that.
I thought you meant that like the movie was his inspiration.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
you know the second shooter theory.
Yeah, I thought that you were saying Lee Harvey Oswald like went to go see Forrest Gump in theaters and was like, I want to shoot Kennedy now.
That was
Like,
bad.
Yeah. As in Forrest Gump, he explains he lives through Kennedy's assassination, and he watches that and was like, "Oh, that might be a good idea." Here's my next one. It's pretty funny as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna change the wording in this one, but a nun hooks up with her boss and renounces her faith and flees the country.
what?
A nun hooks
Bro.
up with her boss, renounces her faith, and flees the country.
I'm not gonna know any of these.
This is a another one of those films. It's probably the oldest film on this list.
Oh, oldest?
Yeah.
Bro.
Who's with boss? Leaves the what? Do you have like
A
a general
nun?
like year like area?
I couldn't tell you the year. It's probably it's got to be 60s, 70s.
Is it?
It's a colored film.
It's color. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
trying to think about movies about nuns. Like
I know, right?
that's like its own like subgenre.
There's
Hold
a
on,
chance you
Dallas,
guys
you were a
haven't
nun
seen
for a little
this,
bit,
to be
weren't you?
honest.
I
This
most
is
likely have not.
this is a musical. Or
Oh,
I
don't really
guess it's
think
classified as a
musicals,
musical.
It's a musical?
Yeah, it's a musical.
Oh, that's so unfortunate because that's like the one genre I never watch. I
It
watched.
takes place in World War II. Wait.
It's
Wait.
definitely Shrek the musical then.
Did you get who guessed Shrek the musical?
Me.
It's
Musicals,
like, what?
yeah, dude. You know what? Screw it. Cars 2. Final answer.
It's too bad that Cars 2 was not filmed around the time of the Nazis, because that might actually made it really, really solid.
What? I thought it was.
No, I'm sorry.
That's
It
disappointing.
is The Sound of Music.
Oh my God! I'm gonna jump
The
off of a.
Sound of Music. Has everybody seen The Sound of Music? Music?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a classic. Oh.
Dallas is obviously a Nazi because he doesn't know what he's
Wow,
talking about.
Bro. I hope these next ones are easier.
Okay, Kai, it's okay. There's a good chance you've seen these movies if you haven't seen a lot of older movies. If you haven't seen these movies, I don't know what you've been doing your whole life.
I'm glad that it's
Yeah.
not just like. I'm glad
I've
it's
just-
not just like the blockbuster stuff. I'm glad that we got like Sound of Music and.
I didn't even know if that was Blockbuster or not. Like, I really.
No, because blockbusters weren't really a thing until after Jaws.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. All right. Well, this one is one of the longer descriptions. A guy abandoned his trash collection for his crush, only to be confronted by obese beings unlike him.
What? Oh, yeah, I know.
This movie, here's a little hint for you guys. This movie is a animated film.
Yeah, that confirms it.
Early 2000s. That helps.
No, I thought it was late 2000. Isn't it? I thought it was.
It could be late.
I thought it was 2008, or no? Was that the other? Wait, hold on. It actually might have been early 2010s. Hold on.
I don't know.
Let
Do
me
you
see.
guys?
What does it start with?
Is it
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I was right. It is 2008.
I won't give you the letters. I feel like that. This one's a short name, so
Can I guess it?
yeah.
Bro.
Is it Wally?
It is Wally.
Oh
It
my.
is Wally.
Wait.
That is.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to, bro.
You really think about it. Wally was on that planet of trash, garbage, practically
Bro.
living hell, and then went to
Oh,
freaking
I'm so
space.
stupid.
He went to freaking space with his crush. Yeah, just to hang around fat people. Like,
Bro,
wow.
that is so obvious. Why? Is my
Kai,
brain?
Kai, you like Wally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More like
Wally.
That's a good movie.
Does everybody here have like a general consensus that Wally is good?
Yeah.
Yes, I love
Good.
Wally. It's one of my favorite Pixar films, besides
Yeah,
Cars.
because everybody in my house doesn't like Wally, and I'm like,
That's
why?
ridiculous,
What?
dude.
That's so stupid.
Wally's great.
It's so like literally there's like hardly any voice actors in it. And
Yeah.
that's what makes it so cool.
Yeah, it does something that I wish that movies nowadays would do more, and it relies on the camera. Well, not the camera, obviously, because it's animated, but it relies on what's being shown to tell the story. Because nowadays,
Exactly.
Bro.
every movie relies so much on exposition. It's ridiculous. It's like you have a character walking around like trying to find something, and then he's like, I can't find anything. Like when nobody's even listening to him, and I'm like, okay, you don't need to say I can't find anything to tell the audience you can't find anything. And then like whenever he finds something interesting, he's like, that's weird. I'm like, do you really need to say that to the like really?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I got my last one right here. This is the longest one of the bunch, and it is around the same time period. And it is an animated film. Man's wife dies. He tries to get high in order to cope, accidentally gets a minor high along himself. They go on a major trip and end up becoming great friends when they come down.
Wait,
already
I think
know
I might know what this is. Yeah, I know what it
Yeah.
is.
Christian, do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's Up.
Amen. It is Up. It
Yeah.
is Up.
Jeez, let's
Yeah,
go.
let's
We were
go.
the only- everybody got that one.
Yeah, that was everyone. Yeah, you knew that. Good job, Kai. You were
Thank you very
1
much.
for 5. Well, now I'm gonna move on to our final kind of topic of conversation. Well, I have
Well.
I have some stories from people at the movie theaters because I think I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to tell your own stories, but I'm gonna tell some stories from some people, some
perfect.
great people on Reddit, because that's where great people are, obviously.
Oh, this is great.
So, got my first story. I'm not gonna say the names on them. I'm just gonna start saying the story, and I have no idea if this is a true story. This is on Reddit, so you know. So you always good? You always ready for me to read this off?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll wait. I'm joking. A long time ago, my best friend and I went to see Aliens. Her older sister worked there as an usher. We had been drinking, and my friend was feeling no pain. There were 3 guys on the other side of the theater who appeared to be drunk as well. When the movie began, my friend decided to talk to the movie. I don't know why she said it like that. Lots of stupid comments, and in no time, the 3 guys joined in. However, my friend's sister wasn't having it. She walked up behind my friend, hit her in the head with the back of a flashlight, and said, "Shut the heck up, or I'm kicking your butt out of here." The entire theater went silent, including the 3 drunks. Not a word for the rest of the film. No one had any idea they were sisters. All they saw was physically abusive usher taking out a drunk. It was priceless.
That's glorious. That's
Isn't
incredible.
it? Y'all guys ever
Dude.
been in a movie and had somebody talking and you just wanted to get up and just start beating them up?
Okay, wait.
I already know
Wait. Do we have our stories now, or do we wait? Because
I have a couple more. I
think I already know what Dallas' story is.
Yeah, Kai knows exactly what my story is
Yup.
because I'll
Wait, tell us
you-
yours. Go ahead and tell us yours since it relates to this.
Well, fast forward to October 23rd, it was, I believe, 2023. One of my most anticipated movies of that year was Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon. I love Martin Scorsese. I love his work. My second favorite film of all time, Silence, was directed by him. So naturally, I was excited to see his newest movie, and about like an hour and a half in, we start hearing people talking, but like it's like louder than usual because like you can always hear people outside before coming into the movie theater, but it was like slowly getting louder and louder. And then it got to a point where I was like, there has to be at least 20 people talking to each other. Then when the talking is at its absolute height, we see from like a corner. It was like a horror movie. Like, you ever seen Psycho? It was like this. It was like you have like these like 12-year, like at the very least 20 12-year-old girls just talking at maximum volume. Walk into the movie theater, and obviously we have people who are like saying shut up and stuff, but they keep talking. This goes on for like a minute. Finally, one of the girls turns to one of the audience members, and they'd like sitting down at, they've like some of them had like sat down and stuff. And one of the girls asks one of the audience members, "Wait a second, is this Taylor Swift?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, and she asks this, "Is this Taylor Swift?" And everybody's like, "No, it's not." And they're like, "Oh, okay, let's go." And rather than being respectful and leaving silently, they start talking at maximum volume again.
That's a good question.
Dude.
And that was, and what's so annoying about it, they did it in like the three of the most important like minutes of the movie.
Was this like in the beginning of the movie, or did they walk
No,
in
it
like
was
in the middle?
It was in the second act.
At what point do you walk into the movie? I mean, maybe they thought it was the trailer, but why were the lights off? Like,
Exactly. Why were the lights off, and why was this a 3-minute trailer?
Wait a minute, that's not Taylor Swift.
It's
What?
not. You see Leonardo DiCaprio and his frowny face, just like, yeah, this is definitely Taylor Swift.
Was she asking if Leonardo DiCaprio was Taylor Swift, or asking if the thick in her brain opened as Taylor Swift?
No, she thought Leo DiCaprio was Taylor Swift. No, but she thought the movie was Taylor Swift, apparently, because Killers of the Flower Moon and Taylor Swift are very similar.
Yeah, they definitely are.
And so it was legitimately. I don't think of myself as a violent person, but in that moment, I admit I genuinely wanted to punt every single one of those 12-year-olds into the sun. I was absolutely livid.
Yeah, no. I got another. This one's even crazier, this story. The movie I saw was Hateful Eight. I saw a little under halfway through the movie, there was a guy who suddenly went to the back of the theater with a backpack on. He hadn't been in the theater before. He went to the back. He hadn't been in the theater before, and he went to the back. I was sitting in the row in front of him with a friend, and he suddenly started shining his phone at us. Really odd behavior. The intermission hits. I decided that we should go to the back row because I don't really trust this guy. After the intermission starts again, he using his phone and acting really. Sorry, this dude like butchered. I'm like having to make up how to say this on the spot. He's using his phone and acting really strangely. Suddenly, he starts masturbating, and he keeps reaching towards his backpack, not in a normal way, but in a I have a deadly weapon way. Eventually, the film ends. My fears of him killing us all subside, and my friend and I walk out of the theater. Turns out we were both thinking the same thing, that the guy was going to shoot up the theater, and my friend actually planning to dive down the stairs if that guy did anything crazy. That's the end of the story.
Why?
That's what.
Okay. Why at the Hateful Eight though? Like, of any movie, why that one?
Like, I have no idea if we're gonna include this into the pod. Like, I'll let you guys decide
I
that.
have to.
Okay. Like, I didn't know what was like clean, but yeah,
No.
I was reading this. I was like, I have to say it.
No, you see, okay. So the Hateful Eight. How many here have actually seen the Hateful Eight?
I haven't.
I have not.
I have seen it, and I had the exact same reaction as the guy in that theater.
Wait, which part? The part with acting like you have a gun, or
Yeah.
the?
Oh, so the gun. Well, that makes more sense though, because because with the Hateful Eight, it's like it's cowboys, it's shooty. But
Right. I
for
just
reference,
saw the Cowboys, and it reminded
Mhm.
me of my ancestors.
maybe he just really likes Tarantino. I don't
Would
know.
you rather have him been in like Zootopia, or
Oh,
like Inside Out?
he could have at
Like,
least had the novelty of like doing it for like a Nolan movie.
the way you're turning this is just wild. I'm thinking, I want to know what the heck happened. I'm mad that he didn't explain anything else of the story. Like, that's the end of the story. Like,
Yeah.
did you say anything to the manager? How sure were you that he was doing this? Like, I guess he could have been, I don't know. Like, I don't know how distinguishable the sound was.
For all they know, he could have been having a seizure.
Yeah,
And like,
literally. And maybe that's he was reaching for his bags, he's going for his pills, and they're just like, "Oh, this dude's trying to kill us."
dude, there's so many layers to this story. The possible shootings, friggin'
Maybe he
seizure.
was going for his medicine, but he also had a gun that he was going for. It's just a double
both.
whammy.
Yeah, choose which one whichever one I grab first.
He pulls like a revolver out of his pill container.
That's like the
Let me take the
Mary
Lexapro
Poppins
and
bag
get my
style. Just
The Mary Poppins pill container.
I mean, he's got a bag in a theater and he walks in halfway through and he's masturbating in the theater.
Imagine the whole time it actually was a gun, and they realized, and he was like, "Oh crap, they're onto me. I have to cover."
Start masturbating.
It's a cover story.
Cover story. No, it wasn't a gun. I was masturbating.
I swear, guys, I wasn't gonna shoot up the movie
I
theater.
swear. That's your backup. Oh my gosh. Yeah, did I have another one? No, this is the only one I have. Okay. A while a while back I went to see a showing of some movies. It was about a motorcycle gang and starred John Travolta, Martin Lawrence, and I think it was William Dafoe. I can't remember what it was called, and I was a fan of the movie, but I always remembered what happened at the theater during the show. This happened many years ago, but I think about it whenever I go to see a movie. It was an empty screen, I don't know why. It was an empty theater other than me and three other people. The others were an older couple, and on the other side in the corner was a guy on his own. Looked about mid-20s, and I was sat near the back and they were towards the front. Before the movie had even started, I noticed the single guy moving a lot. After a while, I realized he was doing a variety of seated dumbbell exercises. I thought it was maybe some sort of physiotherapy. I don't think they spelled that right because that just looks like CO therapy or something. But he was using relatively heavy weights and was noticeably grunting after about 10 minutes or so. The couple that
This
were
guy was
sitting in
masturbating in the movies too.
apparently the couple that were there seemingly didn't notice or care. He kept going for a full 40 minutes or so, and the whole time he was still watching the movie and laughing in the appropriate places. It was quite distracting, but I wasn't enjoying the movie anyway, so I don't mind. I just thought of something, sorry. Like I know I just rambled, but like I just thought about the fact that like now I just told the story before and the way that Christian kind of like nudged that it could have just been the same guy masturbating for 40 minutes
It was the
and
same.
laughed at the appropriate places.
He just goes to different movies doing this all the time.
Wait, if you think about it, that totally could have been what it was. Because like if it's a dumbbell like movement.
He's going to his bag to get the dumbbells.
No. Oh my gosh, it's the same guy.
And everybody thinks he's going to get a gun.
It's a gun. No, because these people are like, oh, he's just working out. Why are you working out in the theater? And then the people who are sitting in front of him, you really think about this. Like, they were in the front, like those people, and the other one, and there was a couple. and they said in the back they heard like this stuff, right? And then the people in this one are in the back looking at it from the front, so they can probably see what it is. So like this could totally be the same person. So my story is like probably I imagine so many people have the similar story. So obviously there's a certain movie based off video game that came out fairly recently, Five Nights at Freddy's. And I had I wasn't a huge fan, but I grew up like I played the games a few times. I thought it was really cool, right? I think a lot of people would agree, like whether you're like a big fan or not, like you just say it's a pretty cool game. You played it, it's terrifying. And so obviously me and my friends were like, oh, we got to go see it, and my girlfriend came along as well, and we get to the theater, and we kind of all kind of had speculation like. If you know FNAF fans, like there's some interesting people. Okay? You got a little everything. You have your cosplayers, your guys who are kind of like on the edge of being a furry. You've got your kind of people who are just video game nerds, which is kind of where I kind of seem to be more falling under, I guess. Kind of people just like the game. And then you have the little children who just like the mini games and who are just now getting into it, even though the game came out way before they were born. Which, I
Right.
mean, I'm not saying they can't like it, but oh boy, does it make for an interesting experience at the movie theater. So we get there, and we're all of these things in mind. We're looking at the movie poster, and like, oh guys, let's go ahead and take a photo in front of it. We're kind of like figure out how we want to take the photo, and a huge pack of what seems to be like 8-year-olds just run up, and they like swarm us to go to the freaking poster, and we're all just standing there like jaw dropped, like almost like we were just like frozen, like we were all just standing there just like watching as these kids were like going just like making FNAF sounds and going, I love Five Nights at Freddy's, like just the whole time, and like, oh my god, I can't wait, and this dad just wanders on along behind them, and they run off almost like a pack of like horses just ran by us, and the dust has just settled, and we just look at each other and start crying laughing because it
Dang.
was such an unexplainable experience that it was like, where am I? What movie? I thought this was Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, why are there children here? And the story's not even done. This is just the beginning.
Oh,
So
dang.
obviously we
Wait.
get into the theater because going to see FNAF was a whole thing, right? Like if you went to go
I
see
still
it,
haven't
it
seen
was
it actually.
you have to see it,
I
and
know. I
it's
want
so sad
to.
that you didn't see it in theaters because oh boy, is that a great experience. So
Oh, yeah.
we get up, or we pull ourselves together, we walk inside. Of course, you're looking around, you're like, yeah, we're definitely. It's a very alarming and sad mixture when you look to your right and you see this girl dressed as a marionette, and then you look to your left and there's a girl with the shortest shorts I've ever seen and a large white t-shirt that says I love Taylor Swift. It makes you
Bruh.
really contemplate the meaning of life and if you really want to keep going. For me, that was the only thing keeping me going was the popcorn, really.
Oh, I thought
Um,
you were gonna say you just killed yourself there.
yeah. And then I went to the bathroom
I thought
and
that was it.
I heard a kid on the toilet going her and just dunked my head in the urinal. But we're watching it, and of course people are talking the whole freaking time. And of course, my brother coming in clutch again. He goes, the movie's much better when you stop talking, which I was like, ooh, bam, mic drop. Of course they didn't stop. The whole movie was just just the whole
Nah.
time from the back, and then sometimes being like there'd be like Skibby Toilet, there'd be like oh it's the Rizzler, like the whole movie.
I hope that this generation is it wrong to commit like genocide?
It
Uh, I mean,
depends.
it's justifiable.
But did the talking like ruin your experience, or like was it already like doomed from the beginning?
It was doomed from the beginning. The talking made it even worse. And then
Right.
the fact that the movie just wasn't scary and that there was the dance scene, like I don't know if you guys have seen it. and I won't spoil it like Dallas, who has ruined countless lives today. The dance scene was a thing. It was something. It was a part of the movie, and a part of the movie I would rather not see again. You know, it was definitely something that definitely something that my eyes looked at, and I heard, but could not believe that it was real. Unless there's anything else we have, that about wraps it up. Crap, I gotta get my aphorism. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that we even do that. So give me 1 second as I get my aphorism, and I wonder if you guys are gonna know where this is from. But it is. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it. Do you know what that's from, Dallas?
Is it Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
It is indeed.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
It is indeed.